The forehand. In tennis, it's often the defining weapon of a player's game. Federer had his silky smooth elegance, Nadal had his heavy topspin whip, Del Potro had his thunderous cannon. But in today's era, one name stands out above the rest: Carlos Alcaraz. His forehand has been described as blistering, unstoppable, and sometimes even unfair. But what is the real secret behind this shot that leaves opponents frozen, fans gasping, and commentators searching for words? Today, we dive into the power, the mystery, and the emotion behind Alcaraz's greatest weapon, the blistering forehand. From the very first time Alcaraz stepped onto the tour, it was clear he had something different. At just 16, he was already unleashing forehands that sounded different from anyone else on the court. That unmistakable pop, that cracking explosion, made heads turn. Commentators compared him to Nadal, but those who watched closely knew this wasn't just another heavy forehand. This was something else. It was raw power fused with precision, aggression mixed with intelligence, and above all, the confidence of a young man who believed his forehand could solve any problem on the court. But here's the truth: the magic behind Alcaraz's forehand is not just about strength. It's not simply about racket speed or gym work. It's about technique, timing, and something deeper: emotion. Carlos has often said he plays tennis with joy, with fire, with love for the game. And when he rips that forehand, it's like all of that emotion comes bursting out in a single swing. Technically, Alcaraz generates power from the ground up. His legs act like springs, loading with explosive force. His torso rotates with perfect timing, and then, like the crack of a whip, his arm unleashes that racket at lightning speed. The result? A forehand that can exceed 100 miles per hour, yet still land just inches inside the line. Opponents know it's coming, but they rarely know where. Down the line, cross-court, inside out, it's unpredictable, untouchable, unstoppable. But if you think this is just a gift from nature, think again. Alcaraz worked relentlessly to build this shot. As a child, in the small Spanish town of El Palmar, he would spend hours on the practice court. His coach Juan Carlos Ferrero, himself a former world number one, drilled into him the importance of balance, footwork, and controlled aggression. Day after day, year after year, Carlos hit thousands of forehands until his body could produce the motion without thought. It wasn't glamorous, it wasn't easy. It was sweat, repetition, and an obsession with perfection. And yet, what makes his forehand truly special isn't just mechanics, it's mentality. For Alcaraz, the forehand is more than a shot. It's his identity. When he's nervous, he trusts it. When he's down in a match, he leans on it. And when he wants to send a message to his opponent, when he wants to make a stadium rise to its feet, he unleashes it with a roar that echoes through the court. Think back to the 2022 US Open final, when Alcaraz faced Casper Ruud. The match was tense, the pressure unbearable. But time and again, Alcaraz's forehand came to the rescue. Cross-court rockets, down-the-line daggers, each one ripping the air, silencing doubts, and reminding the world that this teenager wasn't just the future of tennis. He was the present. And when he raised that trophy, it was the forehand that had paved the way. Or remember Wimbledon 2023, when he faced Novak Djokovic on center court. The world number one, the king of grass, against the young challenger. It was a clash of generations. And yet, when the moment came, Alcaraz's forehand didn't just stand up to the test, it conquered it. That blistering shot tore through Djokovic's defenses, leaving even the greatest returner of all time scrambling helplessly. It was the day the torch passed, and the forehand was the flame, but behind the glory lies sacrifice. Every time Alcaraz swings that forehand, there is risk. The strain on the body, the demand for perfect timing, one mistake and the ball flies out. There are matches when his forehand misfires, when errors creep in, and when critics question whether he relies on it too much. But Alcaraz never doubts it. Because to him, the forehand is not just a weapon, it's his belief system. It's a reminder of the years of work, the lessons from his father, the faith of his coach, and the love of his family. It's his story, written in every blistering strike, and that's the true secret. The power behind Alcaraz's forehand is not just physical, it's emotional. It carries the weight of his childhood dreams, the pride of his hometown, and the burning desire to inspire a new generation of players. It's a shot born from joy, fueled by hard work, and delivered with fearless passion. Fans in the stands feel it. When Alcaraz rips a forehand winner, they don't just cheer, they erupt, because they know they've witnessed something rare. Commentators struggle to find words, often reduced to gasps and laughter at the sheer audacity of the shot. And opponents? They shake their heads, knowing they did everything right, only to be beaten by something they couldn't stop. So the next time you watch Carlos Alcaraz step onto a court, don't just see the highlight. Look deeper. Watch the way he sets up, the way his eyes lock onto the ball, the way his entire body coils like a spring ready to explode. And then, when that forehand detonates across the net, remember, this is more than tennis. This is a young man pouring his soul into every shot. This is years of work, sacrifice, and belief made visible. This is Carlos Alcaraz, and that is the secret behind the blistering forehand, because in the end, the true power isn't just in the swing. It's in the heart behind it.